What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be doing Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine. I'm going to be playing this in standard E tuning. The original song is written in standard D sharp or E flat. It's the same thing, so pick one. And go ahead and grab your guitar and let's get started. Okay guys, as always, we're going to break this off into sections. We're going to have section 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to have a tail piece at the end. But the thing to keep in mind is for section 1, 2, and 3 is the bass note is the only thing that changes, and then the rest of the melody stays the same. Let me give you the example. Here's the bass note for section 1. Bass note is going to be the first note you hit. Okay? Don't worry about what fret it is. We'll get there soon. That's the bass note, but the melody will stay this way for all three. Here's the bass note for section 2. Here's the melody. Realize it's the same thing. Now section 3. And here's the rest of that melody. So section 1, section 2, section 3. That is the only thing that changes, and for all three of them they have this in common. So really in section 1 I'm going to teach you the whole thing, which is going to be this. But then for section 2 and 3 you really just have to learn where to put that first finger for the new bass note, and then the rest is this. So let's go ahead and get started now with section 1, and then we'll do 2 and 3, and then we'll go into that tail piece and I'll teach you the whole tail piece. Section 1 starts with that first finger, fret 12, 4th string. For this whole melody, for all the parts, it's pretty much a tongue twister. So if you kind of get confused with the strings, it's going to take some time to get used to this. So keep that in mind. Don't get frustrated or anything. Practice them in sections, put them together, things like that, okay? So, first finger, 4th string, fret 12. This is your bass note right here, okay? So with that bass note in mind, you're going to be coming back to it. So, it's going to go 1 pluck here. Then that ring finger is going to stretch over to fret 15 of the 2nd string. Middle finger is going to come right after on that 14th fret of the 3rd string. And then that first finger is going to go to the 3rd string of the 12th fret. So we got 12, 15, 14, 12. Okay, so like I said, it's kind of a tongue twister. So when you're doing this, if you need practice, just do it over and over and over. Another thing to keep in mind is no note is played at the same time. They're played individually, so like this. Not like this. Okay, you don't hold all the fingers down. You lift them up when you hit the new note. So after you get here, we got 4 more notes to go. We take another stretch with that ring finger to fret 15 of the 1st string. Middle finger is going to stay where it has been on the 14th fret of the 3rd string. Now, I kind of angle my hand right here because that ring finger needs to come to the 14th fret of that 1st string. Then you come back with that middle finger on fret 14 of the 3rd string. So we got 15 on the 1st, middle on the 14th fret of the 3rd, ring finger on the 14th of the 1st, and then back to middle finger on the 14th fret of the 3rd. Okay, so when you put that all together, you want to work it slow. Like I said, it's kind of like a tongue twister. Make sure to take your time, take it slow, and don't let those other notes ring into each other. Make sure to lift those fingers up. So it goes like this. I'm going to take it slow. One more time. And after a while, you'll get better at it, okay? But make sure don't let those notes bleed into each other. That's the hardest part. It's a tongue twister. I know I've said it 3 times, but I'm a teacher. That's what we do. Okay, so section 1 is done. Remember, section 1, the only note that's going to change from section 2 is this bass note. There's section 1 bass note. Section 2, you're going to take that first finger up 2 frets. So now it starts on 14th fret of that 4th string. Then the rest is the same. Oops, not that. This. There we go. So 14th fret, 4th string, then the same. So section 1, section 2, Now, section 3, take that first finger and it's now going to be on the 12th fret, but of the 3rd string. So then after that, it's the same thing as the section 1 and section 2. Okay, so section 1 starts with that bass note on fret 14 of the 4th string. Then the rest plays. First finger now will move up to 14th fret of the 4th string. That's your new bass note. Then rest of the melody, as you know. First finger now will go to the 3rd string of fret 12. This is your other bass note, section 3. Then the rest is the same. Okay, so within that riff, I'm going to have you figure out how many times you play each and where to put them and everything like that. I want you to train your ear on that, okay? I'm not going to give you all the stuff so easy, but I'm giving you all the notes you need. Okay, so putting it together just one time each. Okay, in the song they double up on some of them, so make sure you do that. Okay, so now that's pretty much it for the whole thing as far as section 1, 2, and 3. Make sure to take your time with it. It's like a tongue twister. You're going to get kind of mixed up with your fingers. I still do when I'm warming up. If I'm not properly warmed up, I still do, okay? So now let's go ahead and go into that tail piece. Okay, guys, we already learned about section 1, 2, and 3. Now, since this tail piece is kind of lengthy, we're going to split it up into A, B, and C for parts, okay? So part A, B, C. Part A starts like this. Okay, so what we're going to start with here is that first finger with that 12th fret, 1st string. Now, after you play that, we're always going to be coming back to this second note, which is going to be your middle finger, fret 14 on the 3rd string. We're going to pretty much leave it right here hovering to play every time. Because after we hit the next note after that, it always comes back. So it's every other note. So we got 12, 14. Now we go to ring finger, 15th fret, 2nd string. As I said before, we're going to be coming back to that middle finger, fret 14, 3rd string. So we got this so far. 12, 14, 15, 14. To end it, we're going to go 12 on that 1st string again, and then back to 14 on that 3rd. So the whole thing goes like this. That's part A. One more time. Now for part B, we pick up right here. We kind of angle our hand a little bit to get that ring finger on fret 14 of that 1st string. And actually, you know what? Let me play you the whole thing for part B. So, one more time. Don't worry about what we're doing. I'm about to explain it. So, once again, let's start that over. Part B starts with ring finger, fret 14, 1st string. Then you go back. Like I said, we're always coming back to fret 14, middle finger, 3rd string. So we got 14, 14. Now ring finger goes to fret 15 of the 1st string. Back to fret 14, 3rd string. And then now ring finger comes back to fret 14 of that 1st string. And of course back to middle finger over here. So 14, 14, 15, 14, 14, 14. So one more time. Now I'm picking up my fingers like a lot. Normally I keep them right over like this. Notice there's no bleeding into any other note as well. So, part A and part B together. I'm gonna pause between them so you can see the two parts. Part A. Part B. One more time. Part A. Part B. Once you split them up like that, it should become more fluent like this. Okay. Now, part C only has 5 notes. Part A and part B, I should say, have 6 notes each, but part C only has 5. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me remember where I'm at. Okay, so I remember. So now we go back to fret 12 with that 1st finger on that 1st string. Back to 14. Then 15 on that on that 2nd string with that ring finger. back to 14. And then to end it, you go to fret 15 with that ring on second string. So we got this. I'm just making sure that's right. So let me make sure. So 12, 14, 15, 14, 15. That's it. Now, like I said, it's kind of a tongue twister, so I get a little confused trying to do this all in one shot, part A, B, and C myself. So, part A, part B, part C. Once again, part A, part B, part C. Get used to playing those like that, and then you can try to make it a little bit more fluent. Keep it slow. Make sure it's a tongue twister. You understand that? Take your time. You're going to get a little frustrated. Just keep playing it. Alright guys, that is it for this guitar lesson video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something as always. For this one though, I'm not going to give you the sequence of the song. I want you to use your ear, listen to those bass notes, and listen for those changes, and add that tailpiece at the end. I know it's a bummer, but train your ear. Start to listen to that song over and over and over and over and over, then play along with it. Thanks for watching this video. You can always like, comment, and share it. I'm a guitar instructor online through Skype. If that interests you, we pretty much jam. We learn theory, we learn chords, we learn scales. If you have a particular song you're trying to learn, or if you're just a beginner wanting to get better, reach me at my website, mountainsideguitar.com. Shoot me an email there, and we could get you rolling with some guitar lessons. My name is Daniel Treviso. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next guitar lesson video.